1995. Hello, hi there, I am back, and this video, I decided to do something extra special for this video right here. Why? Well, there's this one specific particular film that I had to go the extra mile to see and rank on my American Films of 1995 list. And the title of this flick is Pereira Maintains, or According to Pereira, or, if you're feeling like doing the Mamma Mia pronunciation, Sustiene Pereira. As a lot of movies are, it's a movie based on a book. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't want to be spoiled later, stop now. Watch the movie if you know Italian or can read Spanish. And if you don't know either of those languages in those specific ways, then I guess you'll have to read the book? Yeah, I very well might be the only person on this dying planet with a bona fide English translation of this specific work of cinema, and this video will tell the epic tale of how I did it. Sit down, children. It's 1995 story time with Uncle Rafiq. Okay, so I first came across this flick right here on the big website that has all the movies and listed it down as one of the ones I had to look into and add or not add to my 1995 US released films that I still got a C list. And I was successfully able to verify that it was indeed released in 1995 in Italy, and next I had to check WorldCat to see if it had an official US release. And while I found it was a common movie as far as libraries and editions go, I could not quite truly verify if it was officially released in the United States. These publishers were based in Italy, and the only languages the movie are in WorldCat at least, are in Spanish and Italian, which didn't bode the wellest. So I searched elsewhere on the World Wide Web, and I found a less than glowing New York Times review of the film that says absolutely nothing of where the critics saw the film. Good Lord, you're useless, New York Times, you're useless. But alas, I did come across a different New York Times profile of the film that specifically stated that there was a screening of the movie in the East Village at the Anthology Film Archives on a Friday. Maybe you're not so useless after all, New York Times. And because that happened, that officially makes, according to Pereira, an official non-streaming US released film from 1995. As described in my American Film Philosophy video, if you found a way to get your film viewed at a festival in Hamburger Land, it counts in my book. Too many different kinds of people and communities here for it not to. So now that I had confirmed that this real movie was a real movie that's a real movie, I had to find the freaking thing. And while it's available at many academic libraries, I did not have access to the academia realm at that time. And it was also purchasable at Jeff Bezos' general store, but I would have had to shell out 100 buckaroonies just to get a copy that I'm not even certain would be subtitled. Oh look, the whole thing is on YouTube. Hooray! But there's no subtitle and I don't know Italian. Oh no! That said, I have had to watch films under weird subtitle situations before, but wait a sec! Hold on! It's available on the Motion of the Ocean too! But it's broken up into like 7 freaking pieces, like the Dragon Balls. But what's more important is that this version has subtitles. But oh no, they're not English subtitles. So what did I do? Why, I did what I had to. I spent like a month total with the Daily Motion version on one half of the screen, the Goggles Translate on the other, and the Microsoft Word in its own window. And line by line, like Nico Robin, I translated the entirety of the obscure Italian 1995 film according to Pereira from credits to credits, bro. I might be the only person on this dying planet with a typed out English translation of Sostiene Pereira. And yes, I printed it out. And yes, I carry it with me everywhere I go. And yes, it's in the internet clouds too. So yeah, now that I described my efforts to perfectly position myself into a space where I could fully watch the film, I knew it was time to watch the whole thing through, reading along, absorbing what I can. And what exactly even is a Sostiene Pereira? Well, as I said before, it's a novel, translates into Pereira Maintains, or according to Pereira. And what's it about? Well, it's a historical fiction situation, I'm pretty sure, where it's 1978 and Tony Salamander is ruling Portugal with a dictator iron fist, and our boy Pereira is a culture journalist who slowly comes to realize the logical fallacy of objectivity when he meets a rebel alliance boy and kept reluctantly helping him until he became curious and inspired by how this kid is risking it all to stop Big Salamander's tyranny. Yeah, and this movie seems to tell that story. Now, I'm not going to sit here and claim that it is equal or surpasses a book that I didn't read, but as a movie, it was good. You know, I wasn't dazzled or blown away, but that's not the kind of movie this is. It's a bit of a marathon train ride kind of deal. You watch this man watching the world as it changes, and as he slowly realizes it is a world that wants to forget him and forget the identity of culture itself. You get to see how his impulse to simply be good to people pulls him into quiet heroism and freeing resistance. Now, as narratively beautiful as it sounds, it's nothing to write home about creative execution-wise. Yes, the story itself, something wonderful, something special. But the way it was told was very generic in a television-y kind of way. Yes, there were some visuals and creatively done scenes, but there was also a lot of verbalizing. You know, we talk and we sit, and we talk and we sit. We talk and we sit. But at the end of the day, it still executes on the story and doesn't get lost in the telling. So yeah, it's a dope movie. Out of the 264 freaking movies I've seen from 1995, Sostiene Pereira is in 96th place. It's a good one, and I recommend you watch it. Oh wait, I'm possibly the only person on the planet with an English translation of the script. Maybe you don't need the subtitles. No, just kidding, you probably would. I mean, it is an Italian historical drama about Portuguese politics, so let me know if you need a script in the comments, and maybe subscribe too? But wait, there have been at least 2 situations where I simply had to go raw unsubtitled. Maybe that'll be my next video. Or maybe my next adventure for this movie will be my next video. Or maybe I'll have some Sticky Heaven news by my next video. The possibilities excite me.